Okay, well, it looks like I'm live. Haven't put anything up on my desk yet. Hope everybody's having a nice evening. So, we have stuff. Oops, and I'm throwing stuff all over the floor. Hey, off to a good start. But, yeah, I got a few extra book pages, packing envelopes of various sizes. I have some of the smaller ones, a couple of bigger ones. I have a couple of Trader Joe's bags. And then I have some little bit of packaging. What else do I have? I've got a couple of book pages. And I think for now that's all I have. Anyway, I hope everybody had a good day today. Can you believe it's Wednesday already? It is. The time sure does go by fast. Oh, and I have these left over from my book I took apart. So, I guess the first thing we have to decide is what size we want to make it, right? Do we want to make it a big journal? Let's grab a couple of things so we can maybe decide on some sizes. So for comparison, let's see what we might want to do. Size-wise, I mean, it's not like we don't have choices. Okay, so we can make a big one. And that is a big one. I don't have a ruler, so I can't tell you. Also kind of big. We also have a nice small choice. Something in the middle. I think. So what size do we want to work with? I think, do we want to maybe make it roughly this size? Let's see if we can figure out how to get the sides open on this. Here's the seam. The seam where the boxes come together is over here. Ta-da! So do we want to make it roughly this size? That could be a thing. Let me grab some scissors. I see somebody out there lurking. Welcome. Hope you're having a great evening. We love our lurkers around here. So I'm just cutting that. I suppose I could tear it and go for the torn look. We'll see if maybe we do that on the other side. But maybe this is like a good size to go with. I think on the sides I'm just going to rip that. See if we can't keep it mostly to the size that it is without tearing big chunks off it. Sometimes it's harder with maybe if I tear it closer to myself instead of, I'm trying to do it so you can see on camera. But sometimes that doesn't work. So let's fold this back. Aw. That's very sweet of her. I didn't want to say I was leaving to go start a live because I always feel like that's kind of rude, but that's very nice of her. She's sweet. Hey, Rebecca. Welcome, Rebecca and Malia. Krabby's in the house. I'm just tearing the extra little bits off this packaging, although I don't suppose I absolutely have to. Okay, so, and it goes this way. So it's a macaroni box. So roughly height and width wise, I think we'll go like that to use it. And I don't suppose if we, because I don't want to I'm not necessarily making a book with a spine in it, but I do like this size. So let's see about what we can do next. Oh, that's very sweet. I lurk in her live every now and then. I don't watch much now because I don't get notifications. So I don't know when people are live. But I have been a regular, or at least I was when I was watching more. I'm trying to get back into it. I just got out of the habit because I didn't get the notifications. And she is a lovely, awesome person. I enjoy her lives. She always has fun content, and it's all her people are always fun. And thank you for the happy birthday. It is. I leveled up to level 54 this year. I'm not the oldest lady, but I am an old lady. It was a nice day today. I went downstairs this morning to check on my dyed paper and found that the kitty had helped me out some. So now I have some kitty print paper. I'm seasoned. I like that. I'm a little spicy, maybe. Okay. So we have two kinds of packaging. I don't have the level of packaging that Malia does. She's working on her own packaging journal, and she has been saving her packaging for a while. I have never been so jealous of trash in my whole life. But if you haven't seen it, you should check out her trying to get this handle off this bag without destroying the bag. Sometimes they just pop right off, and sometimes they're like, I don't wanna. My cats do that to my papers all on the porch. Yeah. It was funny. I'm not at all upset. That's when you have animals in the house, they're gonna help in their own special way. And you gotta love it. They're just little stinkers. They don't know that you're trying to, what you're doing. They just know that they want to be a part of it, right? Little bean prints, yeah. And they don't come off. So I have little kitty print papers now. That's very fun. I've got some. I'm amassing a trash pile over there. The extra cord over here is trying to venture into my little area. This is always the hard part. I try to tear these like this. Maybe if I get a little start with the scissors, I can then I can tear it. Sometimes it's hard to get it started to tear it. Leave collecting for too long and not using it. It's time to get to using of that. Yeah. I thought a great variety of packaging and stuff with windows, and I love the idea of a whole book made with packaging. Like, it just never occurred to me. And, every house has plenty of it, honestly. No matter what you buy, there's going to be some stuff. This is the hardest part, where that fold is. Where the bag folds over itself. So I'm going to give it a little help with the scissors. Just to get it. There we go. Those 4 layers are the hardest one. All right, there we go. Woohoo! Trader Joe's bags are like Tim Holtz, or like the Tim. This is the high-end trash over here. Oh. All right, so we wind up with side panels. And then we got one side. I love using paper bags because they're nice. They're a nice weight. And that's the extra. That's the reinforcing piece. Let's see now. Sometimes these will come away and sometimes they won't. But I think it's not going to. I could try soaking it in the. Maybe if I soak it in the coffee water, it will be more amenable to my shenanigans. The bougie trash. I never thought of it that way. Oh, I've got the bougie Trader Joe's bag. It's a picnic thing. Someday when I'm old, I will look back on this as the happiest time of my life. I guess they're saying eating at Trader Joe's, you know. I have to say, I do like the fork and the spoon on the bag. I'm not gonna lie. So let's compare this to my box. Like, how big over my box is it? Okay. So I think what I might do is I would like this paper bag to be smaller than the box. So I'm gonna and how much? It's actually folded in half. How much over the? Well, not too much. I might not care if that sticks out. But I think, so maybe I'll make a smaller book as well. So we'll tear it here. We're losing the fork. Oh no, we won't be able to fork it. That's going to make me laugh for a little while. Bougie trash. Okay, so now we've got like that. So that's, I like it so far. You never know what we're going to, I don't know if the box will be the outside, because you know I like to put something smaller on the outside. I do. So we're going to fold this one. And you know what? I'm not completely fussy about it lining up, especially with all the torn edges. It's harder to find. So we'll rip the Trader Joe's part off the top and save that for maybe we will rip that off the top, and maybe we won't. You can't have too many. I don't think so. I don't think there's such a thing. Okay, and then we have the side panels, of course. You got to have the side panels. But of course, we don't want all the Trader Joe's. I'm just kind of folding and tearing for now, and then we'll assemble. But check us out. Look at all the pages we got already. We're moving right along. Okay, so we'll start with a smaller one. I've already peeled the labels off this. I think you've got the mother of all trashy books with that packaging. I can't wait to see you put it together. And I have been bad about checking out people's channels. Have you already started like putting the signatures together, or? Okay, so this already has here, unless I force it apart, that's where the natural seam is. So let's see how big this is in comparison with our box. Yes, I have a bit of that downstairs. I need to bring it up. I took it downstairs because I was going to iron it, and then it's been sitting there because that's how I roll. Okay, so this is quite a bit bigger. So I like to cut this maybe just a smidge beyond the size of the box. Because when I have stuff in a book, I like this stuff to be slightly bigger than the cover, if it's at all possible. So that doesn't want to tear. So we're going to start. I just cut a little bit wherever it doesn't want to tear, and then I tear from there. I don't want this to necessarily go crazy. And I don't care if the white stuff peeks out. Eventually, I'm not going to sit here and do it now, but eventually I'll just, we'll rub over that and rub off the excess, and it's still perfectly usable. Now let's see if I got it right, or if I made it. Yeah, see, that'll stick out some, and that'll be fun. But I think we're going to want to tear down the side here a little bit. And I just let it tear however it wants to. So there we go. Not as big as the paper, but still. I'm not putting my side 6 together until they are done because I have a hard time. Oh, so you're going to collage the pages. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that being a thing. I had a few extra hymnal pages out of this last batch. This is just a piece of, this is a scrap piece, like, you know, because when you dye paper, you have scraps. That's how it works. So I'll probably use a couple of these. Now we'll probably reinforce that with some kind of fabric or other paper, because I think I'm going to save the big one. And now I have to decide, do I want to make how big do I actually want to make the book? Because I love the big ones. I've actually seen people fold this in half. And I think that they would fold up for pockets, like, and just make a big puffy journal out of it and use fabric to cover it. I don't think I have enough fabric right now to do something like that, but I could save one of these for that. I have one already ripped open, so I've seen it done kind of like that. More or less. But we'll hold on to that one and see if we do something else, because I have one that's already torn apart. And this is doesn't have the puffy stuff in it. Hey Shelly, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, definitely trouble with the collaging, I would think, with just because. Now, I do think that I'm going to go ahead and tear this straight edge, because sometimes I feel like straight edges are the devil. So we're going to do this one this way, give it a slightly different orientation. You're good. You having a good evening? You watching a little TV? Or maybe, well, you're watching me, obviously. Okay, I'm going to tear this, I think, right about here. And look, we have a nice piece left over for our other book. Okay. So far, we've got all of these pieces that will be part of this book, and we may need that. We may need that space and have a spine on it. If that's the case, we'll get some of that cardboard back that we tore off, and we'll thicken it up a little bit. But that's what's fun about all of this. You get. I took apart one of these message pads, so we're going to have some dyed message pads. I probably should try and take this sticker off there, huh? It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, because this is going to be not a journal, not meant for writing in a journal. It's going to be, what do I want to, like, kind of a glue book, a journal for just whatever comes along, mixed media, glue booking, because this is, because of the materials it's made out of, it kind of lends itself to making a mess, I think. Are you guys making smoochy faces at each other? Oh, it's smoochy faces. All right, sorry, I had to get a drink. I've been babbling. Now, I think I want this on the outside, and we'll put the other part on the inside. And then we'll just fold that. And that will become part of our book. Always got to be smooching. Oh, no. Okay, but I also have 3 of these. Now, I took apart this book. I think I showed the cover. What did I do with the cover? What did you do with the cover, Amy? What did you do with the cover? Well, anyway, it was about a little girl who only likes pink. And I cut out some of the images. I fussy cut them just for funsies. Because isn't she cute? And her parents were cute. But I had 3 signature pages that I didn't wind up fussy cutting from. So I thought we could use them in the book. So we'll shove those in there. I'm hanging out with smoochers, man. Okay. So we've got this, the back side of that book. And I think if I want to use this as a page, It's very thick. But I may, I'm not sure what I may want to put some fabric back here. And I do have, I keep sitting on my foot and then I have to get up. Candy, how you doing? I saw you over in Becca's. You're envious of my trash. Oh, yeah, I said the same thing to her. I've never been more jealous of trash in my whole life. Just kind of, oogling her trash. I think it's going to be an awesome journal once she collages in it. I think it'll be very fun. So I have this kind of ratty leftover part of a shirt, but it's got really great fabric on it. So as we go, we'll cut off a piece like right here. That's almost the right size right there. So we'll cut out a piece of this and we'll use it. Just, I think once it's got holes poked in it, it's going to be more likely to come apart and with multiple foldings. So I can make it stronger because I love this part up here too and still have it be usable. Yes, I am. Hello. Goldie, how you doing over? I saw you guys. Zena, long time no see, other than in Becca's like a half hour ago. Yeah, but I saw your packaging, girl. It's so much fun. Okay, so this one's already taken apart. So in comparison with the rest of what we have going on here, like we're just trying stuff on for size, basically. I'm going to pull. Welcome, welcome. I appreciate you guys coming over. And it was so awesome of Becca to tell you guys about my live stream. Okay, I don't know why I'm doing that. So this is much taller. Now I like everything to line up at the bottom because I often stack my books like this. But if stuff sticks out the top, I'm not at all upset about that. However, I think I'm going to rip this one in half because I do want to have some bigger pieces for the second smaller book that I'll eventually make. Hey, Creative Nana, aka Sheila, how are you this evening? Thank you for coming on over and visiting. We're attempting to make a junk journal out of upcycled things. Right? That we're upcyclers and we're awesome. That's what it says, Malia. Or that we're trashy people in the best way. Nothing wrong with that. I think that's a little farther than I would like it to stick out. So we're just going to tear. Now, I know these are not necessarily attractive here, but I'm not going to do it this second because it's probably going to take more than one stream to get this whole thing done. But if you just you can rub off the excess, keep your dirty mind to yourself over there, and then it's fine. You can paint over it. You can whatever over the residue. It's not that big a deal. So I think that'll be fun sticking out. Asking me for cardboard boxes every time I see her. She's 7 and totally gets the trash life. Absolutely. Okay, now I would like to be able to use this part to have this part of the bag in the journal. This is that really big, well, it wasn't really big. It was a cute little handle bag. And I stuck it in the Butterfly Kisses. So you can see where it originally went together, like right here. But it totally came undone. So as part of that process, I'm going to start tearing it down now because this is the part that has the word on it. And then I'm going to, so that'll be a nice page for one journal or the other. And then we're going to take off that other, this side over here. I can do this. It's a ginormous piece. Go to McDonald's if planning to a Minecraft journal. They have the adult Happy Meal box is amazing. Really? Large fry boxes? I wouldn't have thought of that. That could totally be fun. So I got the other front panel off, and this is the other side panel. And look, you get a diamond pattern on there, so you could kind of work with that. That's got some of that purple on it from the butterfly kisses. Purple over here too, right down here because it's the bottom of the bag. So I'm gonna fold it, I think, right here because I definitely want to be able to see the word luminosa when I put it in the journal. I wouldn't have thought about fries. I gotta say, I'm not a super huge fan of McDonald's anymore, but their fries, if I'm craving fries, I gotta tell you, I absolutely love their fries. Maybe it's the saltiness. Okay, I think if I tear off this bottom panel part, then I'm gonna have, see, that's more or less the size we want right there. Pretty good. The back is bigger than the front, but that's okay. And when I tore the handle, it made a hole, and I don't care. We'll fill it with something, maybe an eyeball. Now you need to go get McDonald's. I go for their drinks and fries. I have been a good girl since I got to North Carolina. Look, and we have a little tiny page, and half of it's purple. How fun is that? There's lots of things we could do here, but a little tiny page, that's fun. What else do we have going on? We did have that second box. What did I do with the other box? Is the other box up here? I did. So I've got a second box for packaging. We're going to have 2 boxes worth of packaging. We have a gluten-free box and then that macaroni and cheese box. Candy has never. I remember you telling me that before, and woohoo! Good for you. It's a bad habit to get into, I have to say. I'm not judging anybody who loves to go. I'm really, really not. But I have to tell you, the way the food we're eating now, I don't feel like is the same food like when we were growing up. I don't care that that's ripped. I think it adds character to the page. I don't even care that it's not the same length on either side. So we're going to have, and I know we're going to have to cut this down some. So let's see what we need to do here. Because even though it's torn, I really need for it to be mostly inside the box on the bottom. I don't eat hamburgers or any ground. Oh, well, I understand that. I definitely do. Works at McDonald's. They're a good employer. They they have one of the best management training programs out there. I'm not saying it's a bad employer or even that nobody should eat their hamburgers. I just know that it tastes different from when I was a kid, and I know how it makes me feel now that I'm older. So never feel like you should, like I'm telling you, you shouldn't do something, because I would not do that. You do what makes you happy and what makes you feel good, because I think that's important in life. All right. So look at that. I think we have more than enough pages now. I think we've, so I've got my book pages. I've got and then I have even more extras over here for a smaller book. Five Guys. I've had their milkshakes. I did enjoy it. You like the baked potato with chili from Wendy's? Nice. I had a friend when I worked at the Wyndham Metro Center in Phoenix. She worked at Wendy's for many years, and she said they rinse their hamburger meat for the chili, so it's actually less fattening than some other kinds. So if that helps you at all, it's a little tidbit that I came across years ago. That's my friend. I don't remember her name now. Is that terrible? But I worked with her in the reservations department there, and we had shenanigans. I'm going to say it. There were some shenanigans going on. So I think with this size box, with 2 signatures, I would think, yeah. So let's start with 2 signatures. So we'll use 2 of the book pages, and then we'll start making signature piles. Sometimes a loaded baked potato is just what you want, right? Let's see. We don't. I can't remember their fries, but I know I've had a shake from there. I thought their burgers were a little greasy. I'm sorry. So let's see. We got two mamas in the house. You're making Indian food for dinner? Well, that ought to be delicious. Should I be jealous? Okay, so let's just start making some signatures. So we've got that one there. Let's find the coordinating piece. Then we got one of those. They don't have to go in the same order, but I kind of like to keep the same materials in each signature. So I feel like then we've got a little piece. That's a third page. A little piece. Then we've got one of these, so we need another small. Let's see, what do we have? What do we want to put in here? Here, I've got this messy one. We use that. Just a nice grungy coffee dyed piece. There's some fun stuff going on, so we use that. Maybe we'll cut that, so we'll tear that in half, and we'll use half in the other small book. There we go. That way we have two small pieces. It would make Mel very happy. Uh-oh, did I miss somebody? Hey, Steph's Design Space. Oh, welcome. Lovely to have you as a new subby. Welcome in. Hope that you will enjoy us here. I am addicted to Indian food. The spices get me every time. Oh, I love Indian food. I've had quite a bit recently, and I am just loving it. I got to tell you. All right, so we have our two piles. So let's just arrange them however we want. And then we'll see how it looks. I like to put small pieces in the front because that's how I am. And then, so even though it's upside down, I think I want the torn page in the front. And we'll just keep layering stuff. Let's put the thicker, let's put one of these. Is that what this is? No, that's the other kind of mailer. Okay. But we want this one. We want the flatter edge to be on the bottom. And we might even put it right down here. Okay. Oop. Oh no, we've got our book page. We gotta have our book page in there. And that. And then we'll throw this over the whole thing. It's however you, with this kind of stuff, it's just however you like it. So let's see here. So that's what it'll look like in there. We'll probably tear that a little bit at the end. But so far, that's our one signature. Let's get the second signature together. I love the flavor, but not the heat of Indian food. What I've had recently isn't it is I know it's not for wimpy people because I know a lot of wimpy spicy people, but for me it's the right amount. What I've been making, what I've been having, it's been. I haven't cried in my food. That's my threshold. If I got to cry in it, it's probably not a good thing. All right, so let's see what we've got going on here. Let's put the puffy piece in the middle on this one. And then what do we got going on? Let's go with this one next. Our bougie trash right there. Nothing wrong with the little bougie trash. I'm going to put this towards the bottom down here. And then I think what I'll do is we'll go with, did I not put, oh, I haven't put this on here. Okay, we'll do this one next. We'll do our pink page. Do you need your, oh, you guys, that's nice. Okay. And then we're going to use our little piece. And maybe we'll put that up a little higher. I usually do a 5-fold pamphlet stitch on my books because I put the pages all over the darn place. Oh, look, we've got, did I not use a small piece on the other one? I'll have to look. And then I want this to be the outside of the signature. So we got to put this first. And I think we might even go back and put it right here. Let's put it right in there. I think I think the side is the less wiggly edge, so we'll put it at the bottom. Okay. I think I want that one to be in the middle, and there we go. Ta-da! We've done it. We have done it. 2 signatures. Check us out. And even though it's all taller than the box, that's okay. I am okay with that. I'm not too daring for trying new food anymore. Not that I ever was. And that's just how it works out, because that's where the box seamed together. So we wound up with the specialty macaroni and cheese, tomato and mozzarella on the back. But once we cover it up, or we could treat it like one of those Japanese books where it starts in the back. The manga. Butter chicken is awesome. It's super simple and very flavorful. And you can kind of control the spices you put in there, you know, on how hot you want it to be. But butter chicken, if you want a starting place, I think that's an excellent one. Delicious. And it can be mild or it can be hot. But if you make it yourself, you can choose the amount of heat you want in it. Your 21-year-old makes it all the better when you have it made for you, even better, right? All right, so we're going to have to look at, so not too bad. I don't think the signatures are too fat. I'm tempted to stick 3 in there, but I know I'm going to fill it with all kinds of stuff. And so we'll wind up with a really gator mouth. But let's see if we can find some of the cardboard that I was throwing off to the side so much earlier. I was like, I don't need that, and I don't need that. Let's see if we can find some of that cardboard and reinforce the spine. Here is the other part of the macaroni box. And then if we want thicker than that, I think there are some extras downstairs. I can go get another one. Let's see. You just got, oh, is your hubby the cooker in the family? Nice. I used to love cooking, but not so much anymore. Every now and then you make a huge fancy meal. Nice. You should really stop trading him for, yeah, if he cooks, you might want to hold on to that one. But I understand old books, you know, that's a thing. So we're just going to real quick here start gluing this sucker down. Because you want a nice good spine. And I'll even probably put some fabric over it. So what are you guys up to besides, you know, trading your husband for old books? I do need to, oh no, you need to drop a few pounds. So the question is, when you're ready to eat again, can you trade him back for some other old books? Or is it a done deal? You'll have to train a whole new man. Okay, I need a paper towel out of my inevitable pile of, hold on, I need to grab my wallpaper piece that I have up here that I got from the dollar store, which I am actually very tempted to turn into a paper in this book because I know they have more. Isn't this a fun page? That could be totally a fun page in this book, couldn't it? Who's with me on that? Even when we threw in a kid. You're doing stuff on canvas and it's making you canvas like a painting canvas or loose canvas I love working with canvas. Like there's loose canvas out in the world. There is. You can buy it by the yard, actually. It's pretty sturdy, but a different one. Let's see. You could. I know that feeling, right? I get to yapping in some streams. That's why I usually lurk, because then I don't get anything done. I'm like all into the conversation. My grandma always cooks every single meal too. My grandpa ate the same thing for dinner every night for 45 years. Burger and chips or fries and popcorn afterwards. Wow. That's a lot of burgers. Oh, Canva. Okay. I'm like, no, Canva is like a photo. Oh, okay. Yes, I think that could be very frustrating. I think I should make this. What do you guys think? I can probably get another one. I'm really tempted to cut this in half and then fold it in half and use it as a page, because it's pretty. It's pretty. Okay, so I just have to let this sit here and do its thing. So maybe we'll cut out a piece of that fabric or a couple pieces, because there are a few things in there that will need to be reinforced. Like those hymnal pages are from the 60s, and so let's while this is drying, I have trash everywhere. You need to get into Canva. Not a burger for breakfast. I just meant the same. Okay. So like, yeah, but the same meal every time. I don't know if I could do that. I like such a variety of things. Although I guess if you just did that for your whole life, you wouldn't really, you know. Your computer. So is it easy to use other than your computer hates it, Malia? Because at some point I will need to. I'm such a bad person. I look at all my stuff and I'm like, what can I use that for? And then I do it. I get stuck on a certain food for weeks to months. Yeah. I feel you on that. I do that especially with breakfast, because I get to like in a certain breakfast for a while. Like lately I've been on banana toast. I can't even begin to tell you. So let's take our red shirt that is made of awesome. We're not even going to pretend. It's like a little kid's like Hawaiian type shirt. And it's, I love this orange piece. In the middle, it's had some wear and tear, but off to the sides, I think we can take some of these panels. But so I think I want to get this piece off here. So we're just going to start cutting pieces off, because that's the kind of person I am. What? Yeah, I do. Oh, there's already, let's see if we can make a little tear right here, and we can just rip this section off. Yep. Look at that. And then we'll have torn edges. How fun will that be? Ooh, okay. One. That's a seam. Oh, check that out. It's going nicely. Oops. Here we go. Aha, look at that. Ooh, so you have to decide. I think I like that side of that one and that one. Let's see if there's anything else we want to use right now. Do we? Okay, well, maybe this blue one right here. You see, do simple templates using special tools. Okay. Oh no. Well, I did. Nope. I had an egg sandwich for breakfast today. Well, breakfast, lunch. Okay. So we've got a couple of pieces there. Let's see what needs to be, what we need to reinforce. We've got some fun stuff. And I can use that piece in a collage at some point because it's a nice textile. It's got the extra little stringies and fun colors. So I can glue that on a collage or use it as a top edge or something. PB&J is a very simple sandwich, but I think, unless you're allergic to nuts, I think a lot of people really like it. So let's see what needs to be reinforced in this one. This piece, 100%. Because I'm worried that, so I think I want a piece about half the size. Look at me, just ripping stuff apart. I feel so strong right now. This fabric is old, and it's, you know how worn fabric gets. You saw the holes in the back. But I feel like very strong. Like I just ripped that in half without even snipping the, look at me. I feel so strong. So yeah, we're going to use this to reinforce because once we poke the holes in it for the spine, because it's one of those cardboard backs of a pad of stuff. Once you open and close it a bunch of times with the holes poked in it for the signature, it's going to start to come apart. So I'm out another live, but I wanted to stop. Oh, hey, Adria. Well, welcome. How's that Dawson doing? I hope he is doing well. And I'm sorry that that we're on when somebody else is on, but it does happen sometimes. But thanks for coming in. Appreciate you stopping by and giving us some love. You could give a thumbs up if you wanted to. Thumbs up are always appreciated. They're good for the algorithm, right? So I'm just slathering on some glue here. Not too much, but not too little. Because this is a thin little piece of fabric, so. Let's just get that on there and we'll pull off some of these extra strings if they want to. Goldie is okay. She just texted me and told me you told her to go home and rest. Okay. Hey Becca, how you doing? Thanks for coming in, and thank you for letting your lovely peeps know that I was going live. That's why I just left quietly. I didn't want to be like, I'm out. I got a live. I enjoyed lurking in your live. You always have fun content. Is it here's Becca like here's Johnny from The Shining? Here's Becca. Okay, so now we've got that reinforced. And I may even do it on the inside with the other piece. Check me out. Stuffing. I'm doing stuff. We're making a journal out of things we would throw in the trash mostly. I know, right? I know this is a Rosemary Day, but it's also my birthday day, so I figured she'd forgive me this one time. Normally I go at 10 o'clock, but I have some other stuff going on. And I needed to be on a little bit. I'm going to even just let that hang out. But you know what I need to do? I've got a little pencil. I want to know where to put the glue so that I don't wind up, because I am an over gluer. If you have not been with me before, I will just glue the shiitake mushrooms out of everything. I will. Trying to get the attention of everything in the drawer. Wouldn't want my stuff in the drawer going to sleep. All right. If you're going to use a little glue, you might as well use a lot. Like I said, I'm an over gluer. I guess that's better than being an oversharer. Yeah. If you, I try not to. If I know like it's somebody's regular time, I try not to do it. But sometimes you just can't avoid it. And, you know, a lot of people, some people double dip. I've seen people triple dip. I don't know if I could pay that close attention. But yeah. And rosemary just have awesome content. Awesome. So I'm going to let that dry flat. So I'm just going to set it in here, and then we'll see what else we might need to reinforce. That page should be fine because it's newer, but it would have gone in the trash because I couldn't use it for the other project. These should be fine. I haven't had any trouble with them in my other journals. I know that's going to be fine. This should be fine. So that should be, where did my hymnal page for this one go then? We're supposed to put in a hymnal page, which we do need to reinforce a little bit, but I may use just some paper for that. We have some scrappies, or we'll see. Maybe we'll just put in 3 little sections of, let's tear a piece off. We may need to cut this one. This one may not tear quite so. Oh, nope. I'm an over gluer with wet glue and an under gluer with sticks. I believe that. Unless you get the purple ones, which I'm not absolutely in love with. I know a lot of people are. I mean, they're good, but and it's I'm going to use the M word. It's moister here than it was in Vegas. So I think what I'm going to do here is, will it tear this way easily? Yep, it sure will. I'm just where I think mostly the sewing is going to go, because these are from the 60s. And you can see there's like hole from where it was originally bound. I am worried that over time this will, so just for funsies, we're going to glue this on here. And we're going to have wild and fuzzy. Yeah. And I'll just mark roughly where it needs to have the glue, because it's a pencil. And later, if I'm really bothered by it, I can erase it, but probably I won't be bothered by it because I'm not fussed about those kind of things. We're going to glue over it anyway, do terrible things to it. What is my next sale? Are you going to have cheesecake? I'm probably not having any cake, honestly. But if I did, cheesecake's always an option. Who doesn't love a good cheesecake? I'm running sales on Tuesdays at 8 o'clock my time, and Saturdays at 8 o'clock my time. So next sale should be on this Saturday. It's going to be another small one. I'm ramping up to, oops, I guess I should probably glue on all 3 pieces that right? It's going to be coffee dyed, and I may have a little bit of color, but right now what I'm working on is coffee dyed. Non-blueberry kisses, just regular coffee dyed stuff. But I do love cheesecake. This birthday is not a cake birthday. I just moved and everything. I don't have time to fuss with the cake and all that. And I'm looking for a permanent. Oops, I over glued. Look at that. I'm an over gluer. I did it. I over glued. So we'll get the paper towel and we'll and then we'll let it dry flat. And that way, when the stitches go through, and as we fold it, even if it comes apart a little bit, I don't think it will, but I'm playing the better safe than sorry scenario here. So let's see. Let's put that right in here, and we'll let that dry, and we'll move on to the other signature and see what in there might need to be So yeah, Saturday coming up, 8 o'clock. No, I'm sorry. Saturdays is 4 o'clock my time. I'm smoking something up in here. I don't smoke at all, but sometimes it seems like it. It's at 4 o'clock my time, which is, I'm in North Carolina. So if you're heading west, that's 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and 1 o'clock when you hit the West Coast. If you're someplace beyond that, I trust that you will be able to figure it out using Google Foo, because that's amazing stuff. Now, I am worried the same way about this piece that I was about the other. Although this is thinner, I still worry because it's older. I think this patch probably from the 80s based on I think that's what they look like in the 80s. So we're going to put a little something on here. I think we'll go with this one. Then look, there's already a hole right there. Let's see. That should be about the right size right there. Let's just make a nice tear down that. See what we can pull off for extra strings. I'll make sure I'm getting everybody's. Oh my gosh, you know what? I'm still on top chat, you guys. I'm a terrible host. I hope if I have missed saying hello to you or I've missed a comment, please know that it was not intentional. I do that sometimes. I get in here and I'm like, I just start doing stuff and then I forget to put it over to live chat, which sometimes makes you miss some of the things because it doesn't show everything for whatever reason. I don't know why they think that's helpful. Then we all get confused. Confused. All right. Yep, that's the side I want. And then we're going to smoosh it. I do love a good glue stick though. Especially for glue booking. I do. And why? Because it doesn't make the images as wrinkly. Although if they get wrinkly, it's a glue book. It's not the end of the world. I feel so strong right now just ripping this fabric without having to snip it first. Sometimes I crack myself up. I guess it's good if you find yourself amusing, right? So how big is your chunky journal, Becca, if you're still in here or you don't have your hands in the middle of a big blob of glue or something? I know she might be working. I saw that they were doing all of the mixed media stuff, but I always wonder how big is a chunky book? Is it really chunky? I bet it is. We don't fat shame our books. We love them that way. Then we'll get glasses. Oh, thank you, Nina. How you doing? Welcome in, Miss Nina. I had calculate surgery on my eyes. Oh, okay. My left one a month ago, my right one 3 weeks ago. I can't see anything right now. Oh. Well, but hopefully it'll be better when it happens. How big? It's only 5 pieces cardboard. I've never used it. Oh, yeah. And that'll add some bulk to it, won't it? Well, that should be fun. I'll have to watch more of your. I don't get notifications, so sometimes I miss people's lives, and then I have to watch the videos, which that is not a terrible thing, guys. But I like to catch the lives if I can, because it's fun to chat with people. And okay, so let me just make sure with this. Now that's very wet, so I'm going to let it dry flat. And we're just going to set it right in there gently, and then let's do the same thing on this one, just like we did the other one. I'm going to move that over here real quick. I'm very tired, but I'm getting up to meet I don't know. I've used cardboard to rip off the front and use the where it gets corrugated on the inside. But I don't think I've made like beyond like a vision board or something. I don't think I've ever used actual cardboard that wasn't packaging in a still. Yes, you're always and hoarding the cheesecake. You are a cheesecake hoarder. We all know this about you. We spread the word around. Angie does not share the cheesecake, but that's okay because cheesecake is awesome, right? Okay. Do we want to cut a maybe? I feel like we've used a lot of blue in this journal, but it would be weird now if we didn't just go with the blue, right? So I'm gonna tear this, and then I'm gonna tear it into 3 pieces. Lazy man's reinforcing. Playing cards, but I have used drink coasters. But the cardboard is, yeah, I think cardboard's about as thick as you can go and still create something that's recognizable as a journal. I think if you get much thicker than that, what are we looking at? Lumber, maybe? Although I've seen some interesting recycled materials used as journaling stuff. It's just fun. And I'm making big funky pieces here. So we're just looking at, because this is for me, it's for us to, we're going to get into some, I don't know really what we're going to do. I know that I want to do some assembly type stuff. And, I can't help. I got to always have a glue book going. And I don't at the moment. No glue books because all the ones I have with me are filled. And I sold my in progress stuff because, other people I think it's fun to take over a project from somebody. So we may look at doing that in the future, like starting a project and then swapping with other people. That could be a fun thing. Or it could be a nightmare. You just never know. Okay. So let's blot outside the lines here with the paper towel. There goes the bigger piece. I think it's fun to, because we were oogling at each other's trash, so why not, I think I wanted that to go the other way, but it's a done deal now because it glued it down. And I'm going to leave all those strings on there, and I'm going to let it be floppy and fun. Good night, Candy. Did I miss her? Oh, okay. Good night. Say good night to Mel for us. Have a great evening and have a wonderful, what is it, Wednesday? A wonderful end to your week. The end is coming, and in a good way. Okay, so there we go. And I think it'll be fine with just reinforced on one side, and we'll lay that down to rest over here. And then we have to decide where we want to put I did it. I tore it up. I'll have to buy a new one. I'm a bad girl. I should put it on the outside, right? That should be the first. So that'll be the outside of each signature. Where's my other? Oh, there's my other signature. And then that's what I do with the other piece. Now look, I've already lost the other piece. Oh, there it is. You can't leave me alone for 2 seconds. I'll misplace it. I have way less stuff now, still misplacing things. Okay, so I can't fold that right now because everything's still drying. How long have we been? Oh, look, we've been live an hour. So we're probably going to wrap up tonight's session. When will I be on again? What's the best thing to do? I don't want to let it go a whole week before I come on again. Today is Wednesday. I will probably be live tomorrow at 10 p.m. though, because Rosemary will be live again tomorrow. No, I do not live in Vegas anymore. I have moved temporarily. Well, I'll probably still be in North Carolina or near it. But yes, I have left I was leaving Las Vegas and I arrived here. This is temporary. I'm just helping somebody move. So this is an extremely short-term thing, which helped to get me out of Vegas and into, I'm just not a desert person. It is beautiful and gorgeous, and I enjoyed my time there. But I did not want to spend my retirement years in Vegas. So here I am helping somebody pack up and move. So I have 2 to 4 months here, depending on how quick they sell their house. Okay. Oh, you are welcome, and thanks for coming in and visiting with us. If you're subscribed, I thank you very much. um, I'm having, I will probably be live Thursday and Friday, and Saturday will be my mini sale, and then I'm usually live on Sunday afternoons around 4 my time, which is, so it's 3, 2, and 1 as you go across the country. Good night, Sheila, and have a wonderful rest of your week as well, and a great weekend if I don't see you before then. So yeah, here I am in Vegas. Got a couple of months to find my own place, and I've already started dying to help get up the money to put down deposits on all the utilities and stuff, because I haven't lived in my own place for quite a while. But I think it'll be a fun adventure. All right, so we're gonna head out. Thank you for staying with me to the end. We're gonna just let this stuff hang loose and dry here. And thank you, Goldie. I appreciate it, and I hope I'll see you as often as you're able to be in. So yeah, tomorrow at 10 my time, which is 9, 8, and 7 as you head west. However you guys are spending your days and nights, I hope it brings you great joy and happiness. Good night, Angie. Each and every one of you absolutely deserves it. You are some of the best people I have ever met, and I enjoy your company. Until I see you in a box somewhere or in one of my lives, I wish you guys the happiest of crafting. Good night, Malia. Good night, Goldie. And that's the end. Bye. Let's push that button. Good night, Neener. Have fun with your friend. The end.